Hello and welcome to another update video about Polygon MATIC. Yeah, all that emotional buying, altcoin buying from a few days ago, all washed away again, right? So again, follow the charts without emotion. You can see it's basically where it maybe was supposed to go in the end anyway. We're back in the ascending wedge. And that spike didn't make the chart better, I can tell you that. It just made it certainly not clearer and certainly not more bullish, especially not with the latest strong pullback. And to be honest, Solana is facing the same issue, ADA as well. Even though Solana is at least a little bit more bullish in terms of it's holding still above support, but MATIC has basically broken back below this small resistance support level of 79 cents. So it didn't even care anymore. It just, I mean, it's still relevant. I mean, it was relevant sort of, but that's what I mean with the sustained break, right? It touched it, okay, recovered, all right, and then broke below it, and then consolidated below 79 cents. And that's always what I mean with a sustained break, and you see where it led us. Now I've made a small change to the wave count to reposition the wave 4. I think this could still become a larger diagonal, but it, you know, ideally it's holding the trend line. I mean, I haven't got anything reliable below that. This is still, again, it's not a reliable chart. To really have a clear perspective that price really bottomed here, we always need the 5-wave move, right? It's always the same process we follow. I always want to see a fairly clear 5-wave move up, and then we can get to a 3-wave pullback. And hope that's a lesson for everybody who's been panicking a few days ago, because it's always the same story, right? Now I tell you there is a decent likelihood we come down still because we haven't seen the 5 waves up. And we get a pump out of nowhere. And to be honest, this was just a corrective pump, as it seems. It was certainly, it could still be in this diagonal, but it certainly wasn't an impulse. And so we still don't have 5 waves up, right? And they can easily break down. That's always the same thing. Happens time and time again. We always want to see 5 up. Now we haven't had 5 up in this diagonal anyway. So still waiting, okay? And it's only 3 up. And that means, okay, if it's holding support in the wave 4, it can give us a 5th wave. But the lesson is, without those 5 waves, even if price has to travel quite a distance, but without 5 waves, we cannot really confirm that price bottomed on the 10th of June. So it's still hanging a little bit in no man's land. Important lesson as well is, of course, it can go higher from here, but we just don't have a reliable setup. It's more of an unreliable setup then. And the problem is, the more such a diagonal structure extends, the more price has to move in order to prove that we get 5 waves. That's the problem. So it has moved basically a little bit too much to still be, let's say, a wave 4 with one more wave 5 to come. But that doesn't mean it couldn't happen. It's just that it is a bit of a ridiculous wave 4, with which could, however, still lead to another wave 5 down. That's why we've got the completion of this larger wave 2 correction that started already here in August 22, right, as this A, B, C structure. So either it completed here on the 10th of June, or it will make another low again, and then we're back in the green support area. Okay, so that's how it works. That's exactly why it makes so much sense to take profits along the way. So my strategy was to buy in the trend reversal area. I took some profits on the way up, between 75 and I think 86 cents. And I think the last sell order I had was around 85, 86. I do communicate that on Telegram, Discord. And I will buy back most likely when we get back into the region, if we go back, and maybe already accumulate a little bit here and there. But yeah, this is altcoin charts currently don't give us the clearest setups on smaller time frames. Now we have the trend line here. All right, so we've got that trend line that we can look at. Maybe it's holding that. And if I draw the Fib support levels, what are the relevant support levels for this wave 4 based on the latest count? So ideally 722 cents. So again, it takes us back to the trend line. So let's see if the trend line is holding. Below that level, it would look very strange. And then I think we are doing something like that, where we might come down. Okay. So that's sort of the idea I've got about this chart. Can still be bullish, yes, but it needs to prove itself. As I always say with diagonals, they need to prove themselves. You can always jump in if you like to. It's just that obviously there's a degree of responsibility I have as well, and that is why I like to really wait for reliable setups to really show them. Here, difficult. I mean, yeah, significant pullback, and yeah, certainly oversold on the smaller time frames, like here the 1 hour pretty much oversold, 4 hour nearly oversold. So again, it might be a bit of an opportunity here for anybody who wants to look at it. Maybe it comes back a little lower. That would be in line with the price forecast here, maybe to hit the trend line. But again, at the moment, I cannot confirm to you that this correction in this, what I have labeled wave 4, is complete. So I would pay attention to the trend line. Okay, if we break below that, right, let's put the Fips again on the chart. What would be the break below? What would be support if it breaks below that? Let's add the golden ratio. Then we've got 68.6 cents, yeah, as support. But then it has broken below the trend line, so it would also have bearish implications at the same time. Yeah, that's my update about MATIC. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.